Hi Aquarius, welcome to your March 2022 Tarot with me, Raphael from Radiant Reality. It's an absolute pleasure to have you. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for joining me. Quick note, my readings are for your sun, moon and ascendant sign. So whether you're a sun, moon or rising sign Aquarius, this is for you. And I always advise that you watch all three to get a clearer, more complete picture of how they're going to speak to you. With that said, remember they are general readings. Not everything's going to resonate with everybody, and that is just fine. You should always use your own discernment. Before we start, as always, I would like to bless my decks of cards with all forms of love, light, peace, prosperity and abundance. And I pray that the messages that come through are ultimately clear and concise, and they help you on your path to your highest vibrational good. So for your key to the... no, it's not a weekly wrap. Sometimes it all turns into a bit of a blur. You'll have to forgive me. All right, for your actions and interactions with the world at large this month, that card seems to want out. So it is the Knight of Wands, right? This is a great card to have for your actions and interactions with the world at large, because it means that you're getting out there. This is you putting foot to butt. This means as well that this is going to be a very busy month for you, right? The Knight of Wands has an energy very similar to the Chariot in the sense that it will speed things up. And when it shows up, it tends to see us being either quite busy, we're either in high demand, or we have a lot going on that we're trying to get out into the world, that we're trying to bring into being in some way, shape or form. It also suggests as well, this could be a month where you're a little bit of a Felicia, always going here, there and everywhere, you know, like jetting. Maybe for some of you this could be travel, but it does suggest that there's going to be a lot of darting around this month. There's a lot to do, there's a lot of places for you to be, and maybe there's a higher demand of or for your time, or maybe there's a higher demand for you to, you know, to be an active participant in life for various different things. All in all though, this is great. It's also a very passionate card, so you might find this month that, you know, you feel at a deeper level. You might even find that this month you're a bit more sort of, not defensive, but a bit more aggressive in the way that you, you know, approach things. Now, a part of that will obviously be Mars and Venus are stepping into your sign and they're holding hands throughout the whole month, right? So they're literally on each other, right? And in a lot of ways, so I think it was the Scorpio reading I spoke about this. What this is going to do, the Mars activation of Aquarius, this is going to give you energy and passion and drive and vigor to get things done, right? But with Venus holding Mars's hand, she's going to be like, you know, babe, come on. Yes, we can do all of this, but can we do it in a way that's a little bit more precise? Can we do it in a way that's a little bit more like it does what it says on the tin, but it doesn't have to be a jackhammer? This is kind of like, I don't know if you've ever seen, stay with me because you might be like, where is he going with this? I don't know if you've ever seen, like, if when people are making handbags or when they're making shoes, there's like a special hammer that's got like, it's got like a material covering over it so that it doesn't dent anything or scuff anything, so you can still get the power behind it, right, to do what needs to be done, but there's that buffer there so that nothing gets wrecked in the process. That is Mars holding Venus's hand throughout this month, moving through the sign of Aquarius. You're diplomatic but direct. You are exact and on point, but you're also... You got a little bit of a twinkle in your eye this month as well, right? Wherever your Aquarius placement is, whether this is your sun, your moon, or your ascendant, you are going to benefit from this in some way, shape, or form. Venus is naturally going to make you more beautiful. Mars is naturally going to make you more active. And with that dynamic duo moving through your sign, that Knight of Wands is basically saying, buckle up, sparkle pups, because this is going to be a busy month. Sparkle pups. For your communications and conversations, you've got that 8 of Swords, right? So to get a little bit more serious now, it's a good thing that you've got Venus there bringing more diplomacy and harmony to this energy, because the 8 of Swords, whatever you're agreeing to this month, whatever you're setting into motion this month, is going to have lasting ripples. It's going to have further reaching consequence. And I hate that word. I've got to find a better word for consequences. I'm going to do that today because I hate that word. It's got so many negative connotations, but whatever you're setting into motion this month, it has far-reaching ripples. It's going to be around for a long time. So if that is the case, be conscious about it. The other thing is as well, for those of you in the working camp, whether this is for yourself or for somebody else, again, I would be wary about what you promise this month, right? Don't make promises on a throwaway, and don't promise more than you're able to deliver. This would be a month where if you under promise and over deliver, you will go down in history, right? And this is kind of the case anyway. But if you over promise and over exert and all the rest of it, and then you really underwhelmingly deliver, that you know, you can go down in history or you can go down in infamy. Which is it going to be? When it comes to those of you that are not working, or you're in the opposite camp, whatever, you know, for whatever reason, whether that's work, studies, or those in between, it's kind of asking you, what does the long term look like, right? What are you actually passionate about this month enough to say, yes, you know what, I will pursue this. For your heart and half sector, you've got the 9 of Wands. You've got this with the 8 of Swords. A lot of you could be, for those of you that are partnered, married, or in long-term commitments, you could be helping or assisting a partner this month. Maybe a partner, it could be anything from a wound to their reputation to a wound to their physical being, right? But the partner is demanding more of your time, more of your effort, more of your energy. They need your support a lot more this month. And because it is the 9 of Wands, you may have to almost not fight, but you may have to, you might have to fight to be heard by the partner, right? And that's kind of the way of it. You know, sometimes when somebody's in their own funk, they can't really see where you're coming from, or you maybe have to hash things out a bit more. This could be one of those months where it's kind of like, hey, listen, I'm trying to help you. I'm trying to be here for you, and I can't do that if you don't shut up and listen to me. Mars holding Venus's hand is going to make you diplomatic, but very precise, right? For those of you that are single, it could be a little bit of a wounded soldier, a little bit of a bird with a broken wing that really catches your eye this week, this month even. Maybe somebody that is what I would consider a little bit of a fixer-upper. You got to ask yourself, how invested are you, right? Just remember, far-reaching ripples. For your money and materials, you've got the Devil card. So this next to the 9 of Wands, for those of you that are partnered, married, or in long-term commitments, something about the finances of the partner this month is taking a hit, and you may end up having to play a supporting role in some way that might not necessarily be easy. Now, when it comes to your money, your finances and resources, you could overindulge and overspend this month. Be careful. With the Devil card, it tends to be, you know, you go out with friends and you're just like, oh, you know, stuff it, I'll just put it on card, or I'll do this, or I'll do that, or whatever. And before you know it, the bill is way out of control. It could also be that you make a purchase that you come to regret. The Devil card is maxed out credit cards. It is, you know, all of the silly stuff that we do really in youth. You know, this isn't stuff for grown adults really to be doing at this stage. Not at my age anyway, darling. So just something to think about, all right? When it comes to your first week of the month, also when it comes to health, it's funny because I don't see your health being a problem, but I do see that potentially the partner's health may, and this is why I say it could be a wound to their physical self, but it could just as easily be a wound to their reputation. But either way, this could end up costing more money. And for you personally, you might be going through a period where you're like, you know what? A little bit of escapism never hurt anybody. A little bit of retail therapy here, you know, a couple of dinners there and all the rest of it. You do that over the course of a month and suddenly you start to look at the bank balance and you're like, okay, I need to slow this up. Your first week of the month, you've got the Star card. Lots of really great stuff happening, especially if you're launching websites, pushing things out into the world, launching courses. If you're not on my tarot course, you're missing out. Shameless. The other thing is as well, because it is the Star card, for a lot of you, this could be spending time with or making new friends. This could be a time where you're really getting a lot more social over the course of this next month, which could be really nice. For your second week of the month, you've got the Sun card. This is gorgeous, right? So the Sun coupled with the Star card literally represents astrology. So it looks like a lot of Aquarius people are delving into astrology, numerology, tarot, all of what I love to call the spiritual sciences. They're going to be very prominent and possibly very accurate for you in this first 2 weeks of the month, which will be great. You got the Sun card here with the 8 of Swords, which suggests that whatever you are committing to, yes, it's going to be for the long haul. Yes, you are going to be tied to it, but there are great results here. There are also great rewards and blessings here. Now, with the Sun card in close proximity to the Knight of Wands, some of you are planning travel. Some of you are planning getaways or get-togethers, you know, maybe holidays for later in the year, etc. I'm here for it. I'm here for it. All right, for the third week of the month, as the Sun comes into Aries, you've got the Chariot card. So this is nice. If a partner is having a challenge with their work, to their public reputation, to their business, to their job or anything like that, it will settle in your favor and it won't last that long, right? You've got the Sun card here right next to the Chariot card. That also suggests travel as well. There's a lot of travel in these cards. But this suggests that whatever's happening with the partner, it won't last long, all right? It's not going to be a massive issue or a problem. And if it is ongoing, this suggests that it settles in your favor. It sits right with you, all right? For your, come on, brain. For those of you that are single, it's going to be out and about. It's going to be out and about, you know, that you're meeting people. It's going to be out there on your travels. Maybe even for some of you, this will be people that live slightly at a distance from you. So maybe the next town over, maybe, you know, you have to drive to them, they have to drive to you. It's not like they're really close, but could be a lot of fun there. But like I said, it does feel like this person's a little bit of a fixer-upper in some way. And for your wrong deck, for your fourth week of the month, you've got your card, the Fool card. I'm really sorry, Aquarius, but at the end of the month, it looks like you have either a hidden or an unexpected expense. This could be one that maybe you've forgotten about, maybe one that you hadn't considered. Maybe there is, maybe you purchased something on credit and it turns out that there's, you know, like a whole bunch of hidden costs, etc. If you are going for anything on finance, I would watch out and make sure you read the fine print this month, because you could end up paying through the nose for something that just, you know, that you didn't realize. Like maybe you bought this and then it comes with all these add-ons and you're like, no, hang on, I just wanted this, why am I being charged for all of that? For your new moon message, you've got the gate 59 and intimacy. This one for me is all about falling back in love with life, right? And this full new moon for you is especially if you're an ascendant Aquarius, to a lesser degree the Sun and the Moon, but this new moon is falling in your second house, right? This new moon is very close to Jupiter, which bodes very well for your money, your finances, and your resources. And honestly, Aquarians aren't really too fussed about money. It's like money is a tool to Aquarians in order to do what they need to do or to do what they want to do. Some other signs put a lot more sort of ownership and onus and, you know, importance on money. Aquarius isn't one of them. However, because this one's coming up with Jupiter, you might find that money gets easier, that things, you know, Jupiter moving through Pisces as well is making things easier in that regard. Use this new moon to re-establish a new financial baseline for yourself, and falling in love with or getting more intimate with life. The more money you have, the more freedom you have, and the more freedom you have, the better you can live your life on your own terms. This new moon may light the path for you to do so, all right? So this could be great. Your full moon message is the gate 61 and inner truth. And this is an energy that we are all very familiar with at this moment in time. If you were on the winter solstice, you'll know that Denise talked about the gate 61 a lot for both 2020 and 2021. This is why we're all very aware of this now. This full moon is going to help you really pinpoint what the truth of a matter is, right? And not just your own inner truth. This is about really being able to see like a true Aquarian from an objective perspective to say, okay, this full moon is highlighting a fact to you in some way, shape or form. It's going to show you, right, these are the facts of the situation that I'm living in right now, whether this is a partnership, a relationship, a job, a personal business, maybe something that you've struggled to get off the ground, or maybe something that you struggled to stick to. The truth, the core truth of what it is that's getting in the way of that is going to be highlighted to you this month on that full moon in Virgo. With that said, I wish you an abundance of all of that good stuff. Let me know in the comments how it shapes out. Take care, and I'll see you soon.